All right, everybody. So it's time. Episode number 160 of the Daily Block. So today, if only I was able to document every one of the conversations that I had today and show you exactly how much power I can talk with and how much I want to resonate with each and every one of you who watch these videos. So I got a question asked of me earlier today. What exactly do I do when it comes to either building a business, working with a musician, whatever the case may be? Because I got called out a little bit. A good friend of mine and a business colleague said, hey, love the vlogs, I appreciate you doing it, but you're talking too theoretical. You're talking too pie in the sky, it doesn't apply, so what exactly is it that I do? Well, I oftentimes sit in this room, right here, with my cheap lighting effects, my computer, and people. And so what I mean by that when I say I sit with people is that I'm constantly working with individuals around how they can improve what they want to, their businesses. Whether they're a musician, I got my start in the music business, so obviously that's a passion of mine. Musicians, guys, ladies, every one of you guys who's a musician has the ability to do something incredible. I'm just here to help you acknowledge that ability. I'm here to help you make that better. I'm here to help you grow that so that you can fine-tune your skill, so that you can connect with people and that you can change people's worlds, because that's the power that musicians have. Legitimately, that's the power that musicians have. They have the ability to change the world. I'm just here to help them realize that potential and actually do what needs to be done, because this business is not easy. This business takes work. This business is, oh, damn it, I didn't bring it down, but I'm actually going to take a picture of what my buddy Carter and I put together today. I despise the name of to-do list. I want to call it the get shit done list. Although I don't even really like the name list. But anyway, so we put together this massive whiteboard list of things that needed to be accomplished. Now, I had Carter with me for 5 hours today. Prior to Carter, I had 2 business meetings. One of them was rather impromptu, hence hey, I got called out because they don't know what I did, or they were really curious. It happened. I went into the local Starbucks and sat down and saw a good friend of mine, and he's like, "Give me your pitch." It was really interesting because I wasn't expecting when I walked into Starbucks this morning to deliver a pitch, because he's a good friend and I wanted to talk about life and love and the pursuit of happiness, not, okay, hey, here's practicality when it comes to building your fucking business. Because this is my mindset on things, and you guys can disagree, you can agree, I really don't, whether you agree or disagree is irrelevant to me. But what is relevant to me is knowing these things. When it comes to building a business, a brand, whatever it is that you're building, so many people start at 30,000 feet. They start at the cool stuff rather than the stuff that's gritty, the stuff that's dirty, the stuff that's painful and takes work. So this particular guy, he's a brand. He told me he wants to be the top dog for what he does in this particular region. Cool. This is what we need to do in order to identify how you can build that, how you become that top dog. So I said this. You need to, first off, we have to analyze every aspect of what you're currently doing. That's business model, that's pricing structures, that's social media numbers, that's content and how you're putting it out, all of it. We need to analyze everything about you, your business, what you're trying to accomplish. Cool. That's phase 1. Phase 2, we have to baseline it. We have to understand exactly where everything is at, because if we don't have that foundation, we don't have that baseline, we can't set achievable goals, because then everything's in a state of flux. And I know this because that's how I spent the first few years of my business. I wasn't building practicality, I was building theory. So after that step of baselining it, then we set goals. Then we figure out what we need to do to achieve and grow from the baseline. Once we hit that baseline, then we start doing content. Then we start figuring out and truly like building out the content delivery, the story, the graphics, the logos, the visuals, the videos, all of it, right? That's the next phase. Then we're talking about delivering, right? We're talking about sending the content out. We're talking about building the brand in this way. So you see, like, we have all of these steps we have to go to before we get to the really cool stuff, which is the branding, the social media, the creating or the delivering of content on various platforms, the vlogging, the video editing, all of it, right? And then we have the follow-up. And then the process starts all over again. We have to continually analyze. We have to continually test baselines. We have to continually evaluate goals. Because if we can continue, like, that's good business. Guys, that's good business. And then we get into a conversation, and I'm sorry I'm probably calling a bunch of people out, but I kind of got called out this morning, so I'm paying it forward. Then we get into this conversation where I was talking to a very good friend of mine who's also an entrepreneur in this region. And not to kind of be a jerk, but this guy has come to me with many ideas over the last few years since I've known him, but the execution hasn't been there. Like today, the idea and conceptualization was brilliant. I love it. But in practicality, it didn't make sense. Like, it's cool, it's kitschy, it might make some money, but it doesn't build. Like, because this is the problem. So many small business owners, brands, musicians, entrepreneurs that you'd be targeting with content like this or projects and stuff along these lines, they're concerned more about how they're going to feed their family, how they're going to keep their lights on, how they're going to keep their significant other happy. They're not worried about creating this really cool video project that might generate something. They're concerned and they're wanting to know how they can build something that's going to show their significant other that they can do it. That's going to say to that person that said 10 years ago when you tried to build something and said that you were a fucking idiot, that you're going to be able to actually show them and prove them wrong. That's why we do this. We do this so that we can help grow and we can stimulate economies. We don't do this because we do it because it's fun and we enjoy it, but it's not fun. Like, this shit's gritty. This is dirty. This is raw. Like, this is people. Like, that, my friends, is what if you're building something, stop worrying about what's up here and start worrying about what's down here and here. That's what you need to do. Now, if you're a musician, switching the topic up here a little bit, you've heard me say this in videos before, and I'm going to get on a soapbox now. If you're a musician, guys, I'm going to get really close to the camera. Shadowing is a bitch right now. You guys can change the world. Do you really truly understand the power that you have as a musician? I don't think many of you do. Because if you did, I wouldn't see the complaining. I wouldn't see the negativity. I wouldn't see the doubt and the fear and the angst and all that shit. I would see you guys owning your awesomeness and doing it in a way that's going to change people. It's going to change you. That's why I exist. That's my why. So we're taking theory and we're building it on where we're actually being practical. Like, let's build businesses. I had an 1.5 hour long conversation with a woman who said she wants to do this. Cool, let's go. No reason to get into the weeds. Let's build. Oh, fuck. Get into the weeds. Let's build, because that's where we need to go. Let's stop talking about everything up here. Let's stop trying to be everyone else, trying to impress everyone else. And let's actually practically do shit. So this is what I'm imploring you guys to do. Be practical. Build. Be patient. Guys, if you're not willing, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, I'm not saying you have to do this, but it's the willingness, it's the mindset that it's going to take time to do. Like I say, 7 years without a paycheck. I mean it. This is not theory. This is what I've lived, which puts me in a unique perspective to say, if you're not willing to do the same thing, not saying you have to, but if you're not willing to put that in, you don't deserve to be here, like in this space at all. Like, zero. Get out of the way. Get out of the way so somebody who's willing to do that, to put in the blood, sweat, the tears, the sleepless nights, that, my friends, is why you need to be practical. You need to be honest. You need to be self-aware. I wish I was more self-aware 7 years ago when I started this thing. Or hell, 3 years ago when I was reformatting everything. Or a year ago, 18 months ago, when I was wanting to build an agency. I wish I was practical then. I wish I was saying, hey guys, yeah, I'm going to give you value, but if you want to work, it's going to be an investment. It's going to take time. Oh yeah, and time is money. Because money is scary to talk about, right? We feel like, we don't want to brush on the money subject, because guess what? All these hours of video that I've put out, there's a lot there that I give you guys. Like the build shit that I just talked about, I charge people a couple $100 an hour to talk about. But this in this space, with this content, with these videos, I'm not here for that reason. I'm here for this reason right now, to look at you guys in the face through the screen and say, if you want to build something, let's go. I don't care what it is. It could be the most asinine idea on the face of the planet, but if you want to build it and you're practical with your ability, but you believe and trust in the process, I'm here. So let's fucking go. That's all I got. All right. And as I end these videos, I'm actually changing the vernacular up a little bit. As I end these videos, I'm going to say the following 3 things, and I want these things to resonate in here and in here. Hustle. But hustle for you. Hustle for the legacy that you're wanting to build. Be honest with your hustle. Don't fake it. Because that fake entrepreneur, this fake hustle bullshit, it's everywhere. Don't be like them. Be like you. Second point, have fun. Because if what you're doing is not fun for you, you're wrong. So find something that is fun for you. Find out something that drives you. Find that why that you wake up in the morning. And when you can do those 2 things, this third thing is going to come in and change everything for you. Be happy. Like, be fucking happy with what you do, with who you are, with who's around you, your circle, your content, everything. Be happy. When you can do those 3 things, when you can hustle and be honest with it, when you can have fun with what you do, it's life-changing. But when you're happy, and I mean truly fucking happy, like to the point where the smile, never leaves your face, that's why you get up in the morning. Everything else falls into place after that. Anyways, guys, I hope this resonated with those of you guys who questioned me, who wondered why I do this shit, who wondered what I can do. Trust me, the limit to what I can do does not exist, because I don't allow it to. If I don't know it, I'm going to learn it. And if I know it, I'm going to resonantly speak it until somebody takes my fucking voice away. And when they do that, guess what? There's a keyboard. And I can type it. So, my friends, you know what to do. Now go fucking do it. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.